Well, greetings everyone. Gillian Begbie's my name. I have been around this group since its inception in 2012 and very happy to be part of the consumer advisory panel. I came to it through Cancer Council New South Wales training and have been very active with them too in looking at grant applications and making some joint decisions about who is able to receive funding. But more than that, I've really enjoyed the capacity to be involved firsthand in people's research. My pathway to it came sadly through the death of a very close friend who I cared for through her cancer journey. And I just wanted to somehow give back in a way to the amazing people who work behind the scenes to try and help people who have a cancer diagnosis and hopefully to prevent that being necessary in the first place. So Jane's given you a really good overview of the importance of consumer involvement in research. So I won't go into it in detail at all. I just want to underline some key words there, and they're action words. In the first dot point, informed consumers. That means we're not just people who've been plucked off the street because we have an interest in supporting cancer research. We actually have been part of the journey ourselves and have been through a training process. So hopefully what we bring to the researcher is something that's useful and valuable in expanding your work and encouraging you. In the second dot point, we're active partners. We're not just hopefully sitting on the sideline cheering you on, but you as researchers can use us in whatever way you see fit, and we have the capacity to give. The next, support and encourage. We're there really to cheer you on and to affirm the work that is going on at this university in particular. And we're so proud to see young researchers coming through with a real passion and a heart for making a difference. And as you've heard from Jeff and from Sue, you know, to be assisting you in the conducting of your research, not always at the level that Jeff's doing, but certainly to give you our years of experience and hopefully an kind of an overview of how cancer does affect people in the community and the whole bench to bedside experience that we've been observing and being part of. The importance for you is that we can bring a new perspective to your work. Now, it's not always easy for the consumer, particularly if your research project is very much at the lab-based stage. It's difficult for most of us who don't have a scientific background to feel that we can contribute significantly. But we can certainly encourage you as you move from that stage progressively through to trials involving, you know, patients that we can really enhance that process for you. And as you develop your research ideas, that we can be there to help you get beyond the scientific jargon, which is the way that all of us operate in our professional lives. But when it comes to getting your message out there to the community, we can really help in the bigger picture and the lay language that is necessary in that kind of context. You can see the last dot point is the one that unfortunately has become the big focus, and hopefully through a presentation like this and the multi-factors of this afternoon's overview, you can see that the active consumer is not simply a shoe-in to funding. Yes, of course, we want to help you with the wording of the consumer aspects of your funding applications. But if that's the sole purpose of having consumer interaction, then you've missed the boat. You've really missed out on the wider benefits to you as researchers in having someone from the outside encourage you, walk beside you, affirm you, give you feedback, and help you to really spread the word of what's going on. If the last dot point is all it is for you, then really there's not much point in having a consumer involved. It's much, much broader than that. Here at the university, the Consumer Advisory Panel, of which I think we just heard there are 12 members now, we have the experience there to really open up your research project from simply that to something that is much broader and has an effect and an impact on real people out there who have walked that cancer journey. And there's nothing more wonderful for us than seeing you grow as researchers and to be part of that continuous support for you. As I said, I've been around since the inception in 2012, and we've done a lot since then. It had a bit of a slow start, but it's grown in momentum since then, and we have provided both group and individual feedback to more now than is up there. This was last year's figures, so we're probably talking about 50 research projects and partnerships that are individual, and you've heard two examples of those this afternoon, where the support can be much more deep and personalised, individualised. The Consumer Advisory Panel has also had input into broader projects of the TCRN, and as Stephanie just outlined, in particular this year, the flagships of the organisation that go beyond the patient consent form that we had input into some years back, and last year's information booklet for radiotherapy patients. So we want to be there for you, as I said, in a broad sense. We want to help you understand the benefit of inclusion of informed consumers in your research, and we want to help you with your broader communication to the wider public, as well as to review your research summaries and to help you tailor-make those for the organisations that you're seeking funding from. Often we just are in a position to throw in a question that you may not have thought about, or something that's going to just reshape your research direction. We're not there to impose our views and to tell you how to do your research, because in the main we're not scientists. We're people with a particular interest in cancer and its hopefully management, treatments and potential cures down the track. So please access us. There are many more informed consumers than in this room this afternoon. And if you do manage to get a consumer to come on board, then engage in really effective communication two ways, so that they feel valued and that you have a sense that their contribution is useful. And really find somebody who's going to be a good fit for you. Not everybody is going to be somebody who you immediately engage with and feel at one with. And basically, everyone's different. Find the right person, regularly communicate, and we are busy people too, so make sure that there are plans in place to put in time in that is going to suit both parties. And good luck with your future research.